Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Intentional Favour, and on this channel I share my life experiences on issues pertaining to faith, lifestyle, social work, studying abroad. I do a little bit of vlogging. I reflect a lot. I bring about the product of my reflection here to share it with you guys. We're still talking about sharing my life experiences. Oh yes. Alright guys, today's video is one of my random videos which are a product of my reflection. I'll choose to call this my random thoughts reflection with favor. Ooh, what about that? That's an inspiration. Yes, reflection with favor. So it's a reflection time with favor. So come and reflect with me. I want to share with you as I've always done in time past, but I think it's getting more interesting because I reflect a lot, which is one attribute I've learned that is good as a social worker. But even before coming into this profession, yeah, I always reflect. That is me. I reflect on my day's activities. I will spare you all that details now. So without much ado guys, let's jump right into today's video. So guys, this video is about promises, fulfillment, conditional promises. As we go on, you understand where all this is coming from. So maybe like more just a background of how this video came about, like my thought process, how it all came about. Two stories. First of all, this year when I was writing my essays, it was very challenging. One of the busiest times in my life so far. I'm not kidding you. I've never been that busy all my life. I've never been stuck. I've never been overwhelmed, knackered, stressed, just all those kind of things. And because I'm one kind of person that I aim for excellence, is excellence or nothing. So I was putting in my best, having sleepless nights. I hardly have up to 4 or 5 hours of sleep in a day. I'm not kidding you. There are some days I have less than 2 hours of sleep. There are some days, there was one particular day I was awake 24 hours. I won't bore you with all those stories, but that was it. So I'm one kind of person that one way I usually motivate myself and also to reward myself, to pamper myself, is to make myself promises. Well, in time past, I've made some promises to myself that I end up not fulfilling. I remember many years back, while I was still an undergraduate student back in my home country, I told myself that if I graduate with a certain result, I'm going to give myself a special treat. You know that saying that you don't have to wait for someone to give you a treat, you can treat yourself and all that. So that was my story. I told myself I'm going to give you a nice treat I've never given you all your life. So just work hard, study hard, graduate well, and boom. Eventually, I graduated, but I didn't fulfill that promise. That's by the way. So, like this time around, I was just doing the same thing. I was telling myself, this will not be like the other one. You know what? Let me just make a more, like, not really realistic. Of course, taking myself out or giving myself a treat is realistic. But I told myself something I was going to buy for myself. So I told myself that all my essays, that if I have distinction in all of them, if I have distinction in all of them, I'm going to buy something for myself. That was my promise to myself, and just to motivate myself. It won't stop me. Even if I don't make that promise to myself, it won't stop me from striking for excellence, but I just had to make myself feel good, So that was it. So it happened that I got one result like that, which was not so good, which was of course below distinction, so it was a merit, just few marks away from distinction, and I was so unhappy. And I was like, God, I was thinking I'm going to fulfill this promise to myself. Oh God, why did I attach this condition to it? So I attached a condition to that promise. So this is a promise to you, baby girl, and this is the condition attached to it. Unfortunately, I didn't meet that condition, right? And then that was it though. Now, secondly, there was a time, like one of our services, online services, it was a Bible study in my church. So someone asked this question about fulfilling promise, like when you make a promise to God and attach conditions to it, like maybe you say, God, if I pass this exam, I'm going to serve you for the rest of my life. God, if I pass this promotion, exam, if I get this job offer, if I do this, I'm going to do this for you. I don't know why I'm closing my eyes, but most times it's usually in the place of prayer people make these promises. Maybe that's why I was closing my eyes. So you just make that promise that, God, if that's the condition. This happens, then I will do this for you. I'll do this. I'll serve you. I'll love you. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you, and all those promises, right? So the question now goes like, what if maybe you failed the exam, or you didn't get the job offer, or you didn't get promoted? Will you still fulfill that promise? Of course, like many answers came in. One was like, of course, that you're not obligated to fulfill that promise, that the condition of that promise was not met. So you are not really mandated. There are so many things which I wouldn't want to discuss, but it just ended there for me, right? So it happened that I forgot about that discussion, of course. Then I was now like, God, I really need to buy this for myself. You know, when you've been looking forward to buying something for yourself. By the way, what am I talking about? I made a promise to myself that I was going to buy Alexa for myself. I don't know if you know what Alexa is, but Alexa is like, call it a robot, call it whatever, but I choose to call it a companion. So it's more like a companion to me. That's how I see it, you know. My roommate, kind of, you know, like companion, having a roommate, someone else, life of a single, life of boredom, or whatever, of course. So like I just felt like having that, for whatever reason, I can play music, I can call the name, just say Alexa, do this, you know, those kind of stuff. So that was.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Can you hear her? Sorry, I didn't even know. Like, I just called her name. Of course, once you call her name and say something, she will respond. Oh my God. All right, so that's by the way. So that was the promise I made to myself. So I was not like, God, I've hoped I'm going to get this Alexa for myself, but I did not get it. So what am I now going to do? I wasn't sure, and I really needed. So I now reflected. I was like, wait, oh, I really worked hard. I had sleepless nights. Is it just because of this one essay that I didn't have distinction in? What is it? So why am I even taking it hard on myself? I deserve this. I deserve this treatment. I deserve this. I shouldn't, rob myself of this because I didn't meet the condition. And guys, as you can guess already, I went ahead to buy it for myself. So it happened that the day the order came in, I ordered it. The day it came in, I was filming the unboxing. I'm going to leave the video. You'll see the video. I was so excited, unraveling it, making a video and all that. So in the process of doing that, quickly, I remember this Bible study discussion, this question that was asked. It just came to my mind at that moment. So at that moment, I started reflecting, more like, oh, Spirit of God ministering to me, like, okay, yes, if I'm to link it to that question that was asked. So if you made a promise to God attaching condition, a conditional promise, and the condition was not met, should you still go ahead and fulfill the promise? And I now just linked it to this story I shared about myself, making a conditional promise to myself, and how I still got it, even though I didn't meet the condition. I'm like, that is true, guys. And that is what I want us to talk about. That is basically what I want to bring out in this video. Number one is this. Okay, why did I still go ahead and buy the gift for myself even when I didn't meet the condition? Because I believe, simply put, I deserved it. I believe that I deserved it. I believe I deserve that gift. I deserve it. Even though the condition was not met, I still believe I deserve it. And that was all it. So in my reflection, I was like, I think that's a simple answer. I deserve it. That's why I still got it for myself, even when I did not meet the condition. So in the same way, if you make a promise to God and you say, God, I'm going to serve you for the rest of my life if you do this for me, and eventually maybe you didn't pass the exam, does God deserve your loyalty? Does God deserve your service for the rest of your life? If He deserves it, I don't see why you shouldn't fulfill that promise. Remember, I wasn't under any obligation, you must or you must know, but I felt that because I deserve this, I worked hard. Come on, I have to do this, even though the condition was not met. Do you get my point, guys? So that's just one way of looking at it. Of course, the condition was not met. I'm not saying that, if you don't fulfill it, that it is a sin. But I think it is a way of stepping up higher. You know what I mean? It is a way of doing things because you know that this is worth doing. So if you made a promise to God or anybody and the condition was not made, maybe the question you should ask yourself, is God deserving of this? Does God deserve my worship? Does God deserve me to do this? And that is another way of creating a balance, because sometimes people go out of their way. Of course, it's advisable you can go out of your way and make a vow, But sometimes I believe when you are making some promises, you should be mindful of being able, your capacity to fulfill that promise. Yes, because that's why people struggle to fulfill promises. Yes. So even sometimes, even the condition or the conditions are met, people will still struggle to fulfill it because they went overboard. So that's a different topic on its own, which I wouldn't want to delve into. But guys, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So upon my reflection, I'm like, fulfilling promises, conditional promises, I think the all we should have at the back of our mind is God, or whoever you made that promise, be it yourself, a man or God, is that person, or if it's God, is God deserving of that? If God is deserving of that, I don't see why you shouldn't give it to him. I don't see why you shouldn't fulfill that promise. So this is me like just saying, like I said, it's a random thought, it's a reflection with favor, right? So reflect on this, and please, I would like to know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this really? Because of course it's a product of my reflection, and these are my thoughts, and there's no one way about it, all those kind of things. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think this is actually a right approach to promises? And of course, don't forget to take one important thing in this. Please take care of yourself. Yes, self-care, self-love, it is very, very, very important. So I went ahead and bought Alexa for myself. I was so excited, and I have been enjoying it. Not as much as, like, I know I'm still underutilizing it, to be honest, but it serves me. When I wake up in the morning, I just set alarm for me, do this for me, remind me of this. I'm bored, we play games together. Maybe one of these days I'm going to film a video about how I play with Alexa, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so guys, please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget, give this video a thumb up and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What are your views? What do you think about this that I have shared? And I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Until then, guys, stay blessed, remain intentional, and take care of yourself. Bye.